I met my boyfriend's adult children yesterday. It was terrible. Garrett and Trinity absolutely sucked. Two waspy brats with nothing better to do than give me the side eye. Oh, I may have gotten aggressively drunk and made a cheeky little TikTok about the situation, as I should have. My boyfriend, however, saw the TikTok and dumped me because I was cyberbullying his kids when they were real life bullying me. Naturally, I'm on my way to get drinks with his boss. He makes way more and has a terrible relationship with his kids. So I have a really good feeling about this one. Do I tell my ex or do I wait in a month or two when a framed picture of me ends up on his boss's desk? Which would rock his world more TikTok?
You know, guys, these modern women just make it easier and easier to walk away from dating, don't they? Now, I don't know if this TikTok is real or if she's kidding, guys, but here's the thing. This is what a lot of modern women do, guys. They go, you know what? I'm just going to go and deal with your boss. I'm going to deal with a guy who's richer, who's got it better. And you got all these dudes out here who get dragged through the divorce courts in situations like this. And what makes it funny, right, is the fact that these girls, while they'll never deal with a guy who has kids and, oh, his kids are such an issue, oh, but you have to accept hers, right? That seems to be the thing, guys. You got all these single mothers out here who need, they need a guy, no games or anything like that. But if you've got kids, then it's an absolute deal breaker. Guys, on today's show, we're going to be watching a compilation from 21 Studios on just, why men are just absolutely done with dating. So without further ado, guys, we're just going to be cracking right into this one.
Trying to kiss my guy friends.
I'm on a sugar crash, I ain't gonna fucking cash. Maybe I should take a bath.
No! Hey, I'm calling. Hey.
Hey.
I just wanted to call and say that I think you're really cute. And I think that I have feelings for you.
Okay.
Do you feel the same way?
Nah, but I'm into one of your friends, so if you want to play on the word for me,
What?
be great.
What friend?
Katie.
Oh my god.
You know, guys, situations like this are so funny, right? Because the thing is, there are plenty of dudes out there, but you've always got to notice, guys, how the women will conglomerate around dudes who already have women, right? When one girl is interested in a guy, it's like you would not believe, guys, the amount that girls go behind each other's backs and play these sneaky games with their quote-unquote friends. You know what I mean? They'll clamber over each other to get the one same dude, and then they'll, complain about the fact that they can't get a relationship and dating is so difficult for them. You know what I mean, guys? Where, I truly do have no sympathy when dudes are just not interested in them or won't commit to them, because why the hell would you, right? And here's the thing. These are the same girls who, when they get with that guy and maybe he loses his job or maybe he becomes less interesting over time, all of a sudden she's the one that's quote-unquote lost feelings, right?
Went on this date. It was a FaceTime date the other night with this guy, and it was going okay at first. It was a little bit awkward, but it was fine. Pretty soon into the date, he asked me what my type was. And I said, well, I don't really have a type. All my exes are pretty different, which is true. And then I asked him what his type was. He looked me straight in the eyes and said to me, well, normally I go for really strong, motivated, and independent women, but they're all pretty heartless, so I'm trying something different. Excuse me, bitch?
You gotta love, right, how the girls will always be strong and independent, oh, I don't need no man, I don't need a guy to be there for me. Okay, and these are the same girls that get really upset or really frustrated on camera when a dude doesn't want to have anything to deal with, they don't want to deal with her. Okay, and it's you want to go out there, you want to grind for 30 years in your career, you want to become bitter and awful to be around and then turn around and say, you know what, I want a family? It's no. A lot of these girls who are strong and independent, guys, they're straight up just a headache. Okay, now that doesn't mean that you can't go out there and be strong and independent, but first of all, nobody needs to, meet you and, you have to fly this banner of, oh, I'm strong and independent and I don't need no man. It's who the hell asked? You know, and these are the girls who you'll get into a relationship with, guys, and it'll literally be nothing but conflict. And one more thing that I wanted to say on this little clip right here, guys, is do not do FaceTime dates, okay? I don't know what the hell is going through dudes' minds in 2021, guys, but FaceTime dates in general, are very on their way out, okay? Like, they're just slowly getting phased out and phased out. I cannot believe, guys, that we're in the current year and we got dudes taking these girls out to like, the first time they ever meet them, right? They'll take them out to a dinner date, or they'll spend like 2 hours talking to them on the phone and all this kind of crap. And guys, you know, you'll just be that next guy that she just kind of talks to, and you'll just get friend zoned, essentially, is what's going to happen to you. Guys, don't do FaceTime dates, okay? Don't be going out here blowing all this money on dates and stuff like that, especially if it's the first time you meet a girl. It's an absolute waste of your time. This right here says, when you friend zone the perfect guy and he gets in a relationship.
Gentlemen, if a chick breaks up with you, the correct response, no matter what the situation is, doesn't matter what the details are, doesn't matter if you f***ed up or she f***ed up or nobody f***ed up, the correct response is always, okay. That's it. You can be angry, you can be upset, you can be hurt, you can be all kinds of emotions, but the response that you give to a chick when she breaks up with you is okay.
I totally agree with this, right? There are a lot of dudes who will be upset when things like this end, or they'll be angry. Maybe she did something, okay? Guys, you don't need to go out there and get angry or upset at these girls. Oftentimes, all they'll do is, like, they'll just be happy that they got an emotional response out of you. It doesn't matter if you're upset. It doesn't matter if you're hurt and all this kind of crap, guys. Girls will just be happy and they'll feel validated by the fact that you actually gave an emotional response, guys. This is why, like, girls will never leave. Well, when I say never leave, they will be drawn to dudes who don't display emotion a lot of the time, because they don't get anything to feed off of, right, guys? So it's like they need to get something out of him before their ego can be satisfied. Guys, if you're going out here, you're getting upset, you're getting angry at these girls, you're yelling at them, all that's doing is validating their ego. They're like, yes, I'm worth something. That's why, guys, all the time we'll see on this show, right, the girls who will get on TikTok and they'll be like, oh, look how many people I made upset, and look how many... See, any attention is good attention to them, guys. Like, that's the thing about it. They're like, oh, you know, someone wrote an awful article about me. I didn't know I upset that many people. She's just happy that she got your attention, right? So, guys, be very, you know, mind where your attention goes.
Let me explain to you why. So in sales and negotiation psychology, the person who is capable of walking away from the deal holds the most power. That's number one. Number two is know your worth. So there's nothing more unattractive than breaking up with somebody and then them begging to have you back. The worst thing you can do during a breakup, if someone is leaving you, is be like, oh my God, please don't leave me. I miss you so much. You're the love of my life. I'll never live without you. That shows that you have very little value. And subconsciously, they will pick up on that, and it will just make them not want to be with you more. It will actually reaffirm their decision. So know your worth, know your value. And if somebody doesn't want to be with you, thank them for not wasting any more of your time so that you can go spend your time doing what you want to do or developing something with somebody else. So that's number two. And the third and final reason why the correct response is always okay is a man who has control of his emotions is extremely attractive. So, two scenarios. Chick breaks up with you and you break composure and lose frame and start doing emotional shit. Not going to be very attractive. Opposite scenario. Chick breaks up with you and you say, you remove yourself for a few days, collect yourself, have a conversation with her and say, hey, I really like you. I really want to make this work, but I do not want to be with somebody who does not value me. And you've just told me that you don't. I want somebody in my life that does value me. So I think this is the correct move, is to move on from each other. That will show her that you have self-respect, you have value, You know what you're doing in life, and if she doesn't want to be with you, she can get off the train, because your life should be a freight train. Hopefully that helps you guys. Know your worth, know your value. Don't let people in your lives that don't value you, because it will lower yours. And always have a purpose, always have a drive. Be a freight train in life.
And here's the thing about that, man. I just want to add on the end of that. Who the hell cares whether it makes the girl more attracted or not? Like, I don't know what this attitude is, guys, where we're supposed to give a crap what these girls think, right? Like, oh, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a discussion with her and it's going to raise her attraction. Like, guys, who the hell cares about that crap, honestly? Like, that's the thing that I don't get about these things, guys, is like, yeah, let's sit down and have conversations with girls, and no, how about less conversations? How about more walking away? That's kind of my take on it. This right here says, when you meet up to file for divorce but still have a sense of humor.
Yeah, I think we're ready. Can we have the oysters to start as a starter?
One portion?
Yeah, just one portion. How many is it?
6.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I don't know myself. I don't know myself. I don't know myself. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
So if you guys didn't catch what was on the screen there, maybe you're not looking at the screen when you watch these videos. This right here says, when you catch yourself falling for the dope D, and she's running around the house trying to do everything to make sure that he's happy, right? Like, I see a lot of situations where girls will be around, going around just like making a dude's life an absolute hell, okay? And like the dude doesn't want to leave her. It's like, guys, just leave these girls. Honestly, I can't tell you the amount of messages and emails I get from dudes who are like, you know what? I left this relationship, I left that, and my life just feels a hell of a lot lighter now. It just feels a lot easier. My wallet's growing, for example. That's like a very common thing that dudes tell me. They're like, I got divorced from my wife and stuff like that, or it's been so many years, and it's like, wow, I don't even need to check my bank account anymore, because I've got, so much free time for myself, and I can work and do these sorts of things. But we've got this girl here basically running around the house trying to do things for a guy, because she likes him. But guys, don't be putting up with girls who just like make your life an absolute headache.
How to know if your girlfriend's wifey material, part 1.
No girls are wifey material until marriage changes as a whole, guys. Marriage is not something that benefits men.
Bro, she can cook. Like, I'm not talking about like meals you throw in the microwave for like 2 minutes or throw in the oven for like 15. I ain't talking about that, bro. I'm talking about from scratch. She cooking shit from scratch just for you every night. Bro, if you don't cuff her, I'm gonna cuff her, bro.
Yeah, and you can have fun, risking risking everything on getting with that girl. Guys, don't go out here and get married in 2021, okay? It's just an absolutely foolish idea for men to do, because men are the ones who take all of the risk. This right here says, text your lady thanks for the food with a kissy face and see her reaction. So she says, what the hell are you talking about right there? And she goes, shorty, question mark. I swear to God, this better be a dumbass prank. You got me beyond effed up, she says. Who the F is bringing you food? So you didn't drop the food off, this food off at the office. Did you see me drop food? Word. Who the F is shorty? You can go sleep at shorty's house, misspelled. And then she says, say it's a prank right now. Before I show up at your job, she says. Very interesting. So you're going to show up at this dude's place of work. Yeah, righto. And now she starts calling. Guys, this is something that you'll notice, right? Is like girls will have a serious issue when other girls do things for their man that they're not doing, right? There was a TikTok, I think, that we saw the other day, guys, where... actually, I don't know if I covered it, but it was a Secret Santa, right? Where... a girl's boyfriend was in a Secret Santa group, and he got for his present from another woman in that Secret Santa group a $70 hoodie. And she was all types of upset about it, guys. Like, it had like hundreds of thousands of likes on that video, I'm pretty sure. And she put it on TikTok, and she was upset because someone else got her boyfriend a hoodie, right? It's like girls hate to see the stuff that's done for their man, because like they know it's drawing away from her. And these types of things will come from the same girls who won't be doing anything for their man, and then they'll turn around and get upset when another girl does it. It's kind of like a kid playing with a toy, right? Like a kid will be playing with a toy, and if you move another toy that the kid's not playing with, but it's in the same area, the kid's going to get pissed off because like they'll be like, oh, I was playing with that, even though they weren't. It's the same thing with girls and boyfriends, guys. Like they'll be out here treating their man like crap, not paying him any attention or treating him well at all. Like just treating him like absolute garbage, and then they'll come along and get very upset when a woman actually comes along and treats him well. They're like, no, but he was still mine. Like, get the hell out of here, man. Okay, so this sign says 3,058 days without an engagement ring with a heart on it. Hopefully that number just continues to indefinitely go up. And, I just hope that number just continues to go up and doesn't stop. This right here says when she brings you snack after draining the life out of you. Okay, and this has no audio placed over it. I miss ya, I really wanna kiss you, but I can't. His favorite film is Creed, and it's one of the first films that we watched together. These are his dream shoe, Jordan 6's infrared. So I found them on StockX. So she's basically going along buying him some things that he very much wants. And again, guys, this is something that a lot of womanists would see this video and they'd get really mad at it. Like, oh, you're doing something for a man. This is an absolute issue. Right, and that's why a lot of these videos actually go viral, is because they get so much engagement from girls getting pissed off at a girl doing something for a man. Like, that's literally why, guys. Like, a lot of them will just get so frustrated and so angry, and these are the same girls who'll be like, I'm a strong and independent woman, why can't I find a man? And they're out here treating every dude like dirt. It's like, of course you don't have a man. Of course you can't find a guy. That was pretty wholesome.
So I'm at work last night. My wife sends me this text. She says, Christmas is coming up. Just keep this in mind. That is a $9,500 ring. Sweetheart, I'll make a deal with you. I will buy you a $9,500 ring for Christmas if my Christmas gift can be that you never get to say the phrase, not tonight, I have a headache.
No, see, even then it's not worth it. Like, it's absolutely not worth, risking your whole future on doing something like that. But I see his chuckle there. Good on him for laughing at that, because it is an absolute joke. Let's go back and have a look at this ring right here. $9,500, I can only assume that's US, right? Jeez, man. You can keep wishing for that Christmas present. Hopefully this guy doesn't actually cave in and get her the ring, guys, because this is absolutely... Because you've got to understand, you're not just giving her the ring, and you're not just giving her the commitment. You're giving her the ability to screw you over whenever she feels like it. Okay, this is not something that you should take lightly. It's not something that you should do at all, especially in exchange for a phrase, right? Like, she should be complaining about the fact that you say that phrase to her, right? But... I don't know, man, $9,500 for an engagement ring, you can keep on dreaming. And it's made funnier, right, by the fact that a lot of these girls who send this message, it's like, they're like 35, It's like, you want a ring from me now when you're 35? Nah, man, nah, absolutely not, okay? These girls, by the way, make no mistake, guys, all these girls who complain about a dude not getting married to them, they could have got married a long time ago, right? We all know it's true. There'd be some dude who would go out there and get married with her, but, they want to try and do it when they're like 30 plus and be like, oh, how come I haven't been engaged yet? And meanwhile, they're just like a total nuisance to deal with. They treat their man like crap. Like, obviously, this man's not getting treated like he's a priority at all. And it's like, why the hell would you even be there in the first place? But especially trading it for a phrase, absolutely not. But shout out to this guy for laughing at it, because it is an absolute joke.
If my Christmas gift can be that you never get to say the phrase, not tonight, I have a headache.
This says, feet on the dash, prank on my husband.
My legs need to stretch.
Hey, please don't do that. Just take your shoes off now.
Well, they just need to stretch.
Just take the shoes off.
Just a couple more seconds.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Oh, I just gotta do something.
Oh dear. What are you doing?
Just gotta do something.
What are you doing? Kevin, what are you doing?
There's a spot for my little bunny.
Are you for real?
Teach you to put your feet.
Here's the thing, guys. It's like, I don't know. I have no patience for this kind of crap. Like, it's just so tiring. It's like girls will play these little games and try and piss you off and stuff like that. It's like, I just cannot be bothered, man. Like, all this, look at her. She's laughing. She's like, what are you doing? Like, as if it's not annoying what she's doing, right? It's almost like toddler behavior where kids are like, they'll come up and like whack you on the knee or something, and then they'll just see if you'll get pissed off or if they'll get a reaction out of you. It's all for attention. It's like, is this woman a child or what? Like, you'll notice that the relationship dynamics between a lot of men and women, guys, are literally like the girl's a child and she's just annoying the dude 24/7, and he has to correctly handle everything, or else she'll go, oh, why are you actually upset? Right? Girls will prod at you all day trying to make you upset, and then be like, oh, so surprised when you turn around and go, you know what, enough is enough. It never ceases to amaze me. Like, everyone seems to think like that this is just like some kind of funny joke. It's like, man, get out of here, you know? This says, making my husband's lunch for his 14-hour shift, part 2.
Making my husband's lunch for his 14-hour shift, part 2. Overnight oats.
Yeah, so I think we watched a video of this the other day, right, where the girl was cooking, and again, the note on it is the same. Like, this kind of stuff, I swear it pops off only because girls are so frustrated, like, all the womanists are so frustrated when they see a video like this, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, she's actually cooking for a dude. I have such an issue with this. You know, there's a content creator, MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, guys. He did a video a few days ago, and it was titled something like, oh, I'm moving somewhere, like, I'm moving to Thailand, is what it was, right? And it was like this video of a guy who his girlfriend would cook for him, do all these things to make him happy and stuff like that. And at the start of the video, he was like, look, I know there are a lot of girls who are going to watch this, and they're going to be frustrated, they're going to be upset and stuff like that, because they know that they're not doing those things for their man at all, right? And then they're like upset when dudes move to Thailand, or they don't want to deal with Western women anymore. And it's like that, the meme with the shocked Pikachu face, right? Where dudes are saying enough is enough, I don't want to deal with you. And then all the girls are like, wait a minute, you don't want to put up with my crappy attitude? You don't want to put up with me causing a headache? Like, I'm so surprised by this. And you know what? Not only am I surprised, I'm going to be angry at all the girls who are actually providing something the dudes give a crap about. Right? Like, in modern day society, guys, you'll see all these girls who will just cause so many issues for their man. Like, yeah, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to have girls' nights, I'm going to talk to a whole bunch of dudes, and if you don't put up with that behavior, like, oh, you're insecure, you're terrible, you're controlling, and all of these things are thrown at guys when girls are out here doing these terrible behaviors. But when a girl actually does something for a man, all the girls lose their damn minds over it, guys. Like, I swear, they all get so angry at it. But I think this video ends right here, actually, with this little cooking saga going on. But again, oh, maybe we've got one more video. That's a very sad video. So we have a woman here who's visiting her husband who is no longer with her, it seems. But guys, we're going to be moving on to the end of today's video. We've actually got a couple more bits and pieces to show you, gentlemen. Again, shout out to 21 Studios for putting that video together, guys. It makes making videos somewhat easier as we go through some of these things. And also, guys, I'm actually going to put a bit of an application in the description I forgot to mention, guys. If you're interested in working behind the scenes with me and helping to make some of these TikTok compilations for the show, I'm going to put a form in the probably in the pinned comment, guys. Just fill out some details about yourself if you're interested in helping out with that. And the link for that is going to be in the description. If anybody is interested in helping out with the back end of the show, just make sure, guys, if you are applying for that, make sure that you use Discord and stuff like that, because it makes it 20 times easier. But gentlemen, we're going to be wrapping up today's episode with a couple of brief little stories. And guys, I want you to hold in your laughter as we go through some of these, okay? So this first story here is from a 25-year-old woman, and she says, I, a 25-year-old woman, am always the other woman and never the main chick. Today, the girlfriend of a guy that I, a 25-year-old female, have been dating for almost a year, sent me a long email to basically ask me to stop going on dates with her boyfriend. At first, I was in shock, but later when she showed me pictures of them together down the timeline and how they have met each other's parents, it was a confirmation that she was telling the truth. All this time, I did not have a clue, and I thought I was the only girl that he was talking to. This is something, wow. Guys, like I said, hold in the laughter, all right? You got all these girls out here, again, chasing the top percentile of dudes, and it's like the shocked Pikachu face when they find out that they aren't the only one, right? They're like, how come I'm always the side chick? And here's the thing. Anytime you try and offer a girl like this anything constructive, right? And you say, oh, like maybe you're the side chick because of your behavior here, or you know, maybe he doesn't want to take you seriously because of X, Y, Z. What is the response that you get, guys? The response is anger. Because anytime you try and say, hey, you know what, this might be a good way to change your behavior, this might be a good way to lock down a man, oh, it's the M word, right? Or like you're an awful guy, or... Because the thing is, you can't say what's on your mind as a guy without being yelled at and shamed by society, right? If someone wants to ask you, like, yo, why am I single? I can't seem to find a good man. And you give her an honest answer, oh, everybody will hate you. Right, everybody will just be so upset by this. They'll call you all sorts of names. They'll go, you're insecure, or like they'll insult your appearance or make up stuff about your appearance. Like, guys, like all this stuff will get thrown at you if you try and offer anything constructive to these girls. So that's why I always say, guys, you know, just let them go. Just let them be with the cats because they don't want to learn anyway, right? As per the last TikTok that we watched in that video, right, where the girl's like cooking and doing this nice stuff for a man. If you try and tell a girl to do that, oh my goodness, will she lose her mind at you. But let's continue on with this story. This might sound a bit messed up, but unfortunately, this is also not the first time something like this has happened to me. Yeah, it's almost like it's a pattern of behavior that's reflected in the behavior that you have. Right? It's like you're putting in the same input every time. Of course, you're going to have the same output. If you chase the same guys every time, if you have the same behavior every time, if you have the same, you know, the same way you look every time, of course, guys are not going to deal with you. Okay, and it's going to happen again and again. But you know what? You can continue to bang your head against that brick wall. But it's like, of course, guys don't want to deal with you. Okay? There's going to be something that this woman refuses to change, okay, whether that's her, you know, maybe as she goes into her 30s, that'll become the issue, but more often than not, it's an attitude issue because there is a qualitative difference between the type of girl a man chooses to be a long-term partner and the type of girl a guy will see for 20 minutes at a time on a weekend, and a lot of it has to do with behavior. Okay, it really does, because, like, there's a difference between a girl who is, you know, the weekend, like weekday, 20 minutes here and there when he's bored, and a girl that he actually cares about having a family with, guys. And, like, one of the big differences there is integrity, okay? And these are the same girls. Oh, they'll scream. They'll be like, I have integrity, but no, they don't. So let's continue on with this. As a matter of fact, this is actually the 4th time of me finding out that I have been the other woman who men cheated on their wives or girlfriends with. I doubt that she didn't know this, by the way. Like, I reckon for, like, if not all of those cases, at least some of them, she would have known that the guy had a girlfriend and tried to weasel him out of the relationship with her and into the relationship with her, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of these girls will do a full FBI, you know, investigation on you. They'll know your past girlfriends, your future, like they'll know everything about you, man, more than you even care to like remember at all. So I don't buy the fact that these girls don't know that he has a girlfriend all the time, especially 4 times in a row, but that's just me. Let's continue on. It still hurts every single time, and I feel like I had it worse than the wives or girlfriends because at least the guys took them more seriously by giving them a real title. I was just a side chick that men use for a good time. Now, guys, this goes on a little bit below here, and I can't... Actually, maybe I'll be able to scroll down here, but I'm pretty sure this gets funnier, so let's take a bit of a look. Oh, no. I don't understand why the guys I met did not take me seriously. Ever since I started dating in college, I've been asked by my male classmates if I would like to be their hookup buddy or friends with benefits. I never initiate bedroom fun conversations and ask a guy out before, but it seems like the only thing men want from me is bedroom fun. I don't know what to do. I feel very defeated and lonely in the world. I wish there is someone out there who loves me for who I am. Do the good ones still exist? Oh no! Oh, wait, and there's a little bit extra here at the end. It says, "TLDR: I, a 25-year-old woman, always get caught up in the love triangles as the other woman, and I am worried about being single forever." And hey, ain't that the plight of the modern woman, guys? She's just tired of being the side girl. But make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments to this kind of crap, guys. I honestly find it funny. Right, I really do find it funny how a lot of these girls are realizing that for dudes who have options, they're just practice. Right, they're not going to get a relationship. They're not going to get a husband. They're not going to get a long-term partner. And as much as they'd hate to admit it, a lot of it comes down to who they are and the things that they refuse to change. So you know what? You want to go out there, you want to be a boss babe, a queen, all this kind of stuff. You can do that, but you can do that by yourself. Guys, we're going to be cracking into today's last article before we wrap up today's show. So let's jump into this. This right here, I think I have a better screen for this. Okay, maybe I don't. Let me see if I can pull this down here. It says, "Why do men always lose interest in me? I, a 28-year-old female, have a rewarding career. I'm a graduate student in a competitive engineering program. I have an active social life. I have a lot of outdoor hobbies, and I am very attractive. All this considered, I haven't had many successful long-term relationships, and many of the men I've talked to or gone on dates with in the past few years seem to lose interest in me. During the talking stages, they are typically the ones to demonstrate attraction and intentions to do fun activities together. After a few months of talking, getting to know each other, and starting to hook up, there is frequently a shift in tone and attitude on their behalf. When I've confronted them about it, they usually confirm that they've lost interest and that I don't live up to the expectations or even fantasy they've built based on my identity. I think of myself as a good person and fun to be around, but I struggle with D-word and being honest about my feelings sometimes. I wonder if I'm projecting the best version of myself onto potential love interests instead of being open about some of my darkness. But I also don't want to come on too intense by revealing every aspect of myself while I'm starting to get to know somebody. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Describe the men you date," someone says. "According to more than one of my friends, I've gone for the attractive a-holes in the past," laughing emoji. And doesn't that really sum up the whole article right there, guys? You know, she's got a rewarding career. She thinks that she's all that. So obviously she's out here dating dudes who earn more money than her, who are more attractive than her, and now she's having issues because she can't seem to lock down a guy. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. A lot of these girls, they think that they can lock down any dude, but then they get really frustrated, very upset, and very stressed out when they can't. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, if you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe on your way out and leave your thoughts and your comments, guys. And as always, gentlemen, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.